Yo, what up, Nyakas? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from Dnipropetrovsk, Ukraine, reading an article from the New York Daily News. And it says, cop shooter bragged to Brooklyn bystanders just before fatally shooting NYPD officers Wenjian Liu and Rafael Ramos, just prior to killing the cops as they sat in their cruiser outside Tompkins houses in Bedford-Stuyvesant. Ishmael Bransley, approached two men to boast. He inquired what gang the men were affiliated with and asked them to follow him on Instagram, NYPD Chief Detective Robert Boyce said at a Sunday press conference. He then said, "Watch what I'm going to do," Boyce said. And yeah, this is the guy, you see him in front of you, the one who killed the two police officers in Brooklyn. And everyone is, really angry about it and surprised and shocked. Well, for one, how do I put this? To me, this isn't a big deal as everyone's making it out to be. I understand people are hurt, but when I complain about the violence we have in our communities, this is just another example of it. That's what it is. And it's funny because when I complain about black on black crime or just crime in the black areas in general, when I complain about it, people like to blame they like to say, "Oh, you're being an Uncle Tom, it's the white man this, it's the white man that." Now, there's a black man in a black area who kills two cops for an actual reason in his mind. For a reason, let me just say for a reason. For his people in a way. For his people, he actually kills two cops in his mind for his people. Maybe he didn't do the right thing, but honestly, I don't care what anyone thinks, his killing was at least going in the right direction compared to those senseless killings over gang territory, over drug money, all that shit that is self-destructive to the people. What he decided to do was actually better than that random bullshit. And those are just facts whether you like it or not. He was in the right direction. I'm not saying I like what he did, but it's better than 90% of the killings that happen in the black community over stupid, random, pointless bullshit that's not going to help anybody but a small group. That's self-destructive to the people in general. Now, this could be self-destructive to the people. It depends on how, I'm not going to say black people, but it depends on how, let's say protesters. It depends on how protesters handle the repercussions of what he did. If protesters are ready, they understand what to do, they're united, and they're intelligent, what he did didn't hurt anybody. Because what, cops are going to be more serious now? People could be more serious too. And I know people think I'm sounding crazy, but look, let me tell you something. What you have to understand is that everyone wants peace. At least I think everyone wants peace. Everybody wants peace. Malcolm X once said, "There's no revolution without blood. Every revolution has bloodshed." That is unfortunate, but true as shit. Because power only respects power, people. I'm trying to tell y'all live in this fantasy world where you think this protesting, being nice, and begging shit's always gonna work. It's not. You gotta put fear in people's fucking hearts. Look what just happened with Sony. They were gonna release a film. North Korea wasn't feeling that. They did some shit. American government got shook. Pulled the movie. This dude killed two cops. Another dude killed a cop in Florida for fucking around. I mean, not for fucking around, but for the same reason, for the, I guess, retaliation, right? Next time a cop pulls a gun on an unarmed young man, he's going to remember those killings. He's going to think twice because he doesn't want that crazy shit to happen to him or none of the people in his unit. He's going to think twice for shooting at somebody who doesn't have a gun, because he remembers what happened the last time. I'm just saying, it's how shit works. If protesters got together and like in a 2-week span in retaliation for what happened to Eric Garner, Mike Brown, body up a total of, let's say, 20 police officers in like 2 weeks, yeah, people gonna be mad, cops gonna be out with guns, but they're gonna think twice, 3 times for killing an unarmed person. Or they're going to start using those secondary weapons. They're going to start using those secondary weapons. That's just if the people are united. I'm not talking about just black people, because if it's just black people, that's not going to work. We're going to run into serious problems, and it's not going to work. We can't do that as black people. It's not going to work. Not in this country. But if it crosses racial lines, and cops are being piled up, and it's not even just blacks, it's whites doing it, it's Asians doing it, it's Hispanics doing it, it's Arabics doing it, it's everybody doing it. That is really going to cause change. There may be a lot of bloodshed. I know nobody fucking wants bloodshed, bro, but you don't understand how the world works. You think all that marching and shit is always gonna work? Now, I mean, I'm not saying there should be bloodshed when there's fucking when there's something you don't agree with. But when people are being murdered and the people who are murdering the people aren't being punished, what kind of backlash do you expect? How do you expect people to just react to that? Like, why are people so shocked that I'm not shocked that these police officers are killed. I'm shocked that a black person did it. Because I'm sorry, I personally thought black people were too pussy in America to ever do something like that. In revenge for something they feel, for retaliation of something done to their people. Not like done to their gang or done to people on their block, but done to their people. Wow. Wow. You know, this is a better direction, like it or not, than when you kill a nigga because that nigga killed a nigga in your Crip gang. This is a step up, sadly. This is sadly a step up from the reasons we usually kill each other over that stupid shit. This is sadly a step up. So I'm not hopping on the gonna cry tears bandwagon. To me, this killing falls into the category of what I've been complaining about all along. There's too much violence in our fucking neighborhoods. Same shit. You want to get up and do something about it now? You guys should have been doing something about it when I was complaining about it for years on YouTube. And people kept calling me an Uncle Tom. Well, here's your Uncle Tom right here in front of you. That man right there in front of your face. I've been complaining about this shit for so long, nobody wanted to listen to me. Now that looks like cops are going to be feeling the wrath too, now it's a big problem. Now, understand this, we need cops. We need cops. But at the same time, the cops, you need the people. It goes both ways. It goes, because there's a whole lot more of them than there are, a whole lot more of us than there are of you, police. I'm putting that out there. And people need to realize the power they do have, or the power they can have, if they know how to use it. Unfortunately, this was a sad example of it. And everyone keeps saying, oh, they have families. Oh, they have this. Come on, look around the fucking world. When a Palestinian, look, there's this video of a Palestinian boy getting his ass whipped by two Israeli policemen. Beaten, held down, handcuffed, and beaten. Do you know what the average excuse from Israelis are for that video? He was throwing rocks and stuff. He was throwing rocks. Well, that's how they get back and show their authority to not fuck with us, right? Isn't that how they do it? And sometimes, if a terrorist kidnaps or does something to 3 boys or 3 people or some shit in Israel, they strike back bombing the towns and shit. A lot of innocent people get it. This kind of shit happens around the world, and it's normal to get your point across, and sadly, it works. And you know what it's called? It's called terrorism. It's called terrorism. And usually, what's ironic is, the first act of terrorism isn't called terrorism, but the response to the terrorism is called terrorism. So let me explain. Let's say America needs money. You know how we do. So we start fucking around, getting involved in other people's lands. We start invading, we start doing all this stuff, whatever. Those people there get mad. Some of them come to our land, blow us up in retaliation. They're terrorists, but we're not. You see, that's how it usually works. The response to terrorism is usually called terrorism, but the terrorism isn't seen as terrorism. It's not fair. You don't think yes, I really think that, what the fuck's his name? Eric Garner was selling cigarettes. I don't think he should have been choked on the ground, but yeah, he did resist arrest, people. I watched it. He did resist arrest initially. And that's why I don't care that they put the chokehold on him. Because he did initially resist arrest. You deserve the chokehold. But nobody deserves the fucking chokehold when you're on the ground. Now with all that, it's not that bad. We got on camera. Alright, now, I don't think the officer is really directly responsible for his death. Not like he knew he had asthma. But he did do something wrong by choking the man when he's on his knees and still choking him when he's on the floor. You don't do, that's fucking retarded. So he definitely deserves some punishment. But why are people so mad? Because he got no punishment. He's not in prison like somebody else who would have done that. He's not in prison. So a lot of people feel, oh, we march, we do all this and that, you're going to ignore us? Alright, okay, that's cool. You can ignore us. Ignore me now. That's how some people feel. Probably same shit with the guy in Florida who killed the cop. Ignore me now. You know what I mean? Some people are ready for a bloody revolution. Some are, some aren't. But unfortunately, no revolution is going to come unless there's enough people of different races on board. And personally, I don't think there's going to be enough people of different races on board for this type of revolution. Put the guns down. And until there's some sort of unity, put the guns down, people. It's not worth it. It's not going to happen. That's basically it. I'm out. Later.